Give the guys to go ahead. Good. Thanks. Oh yeah, I mean we have. And the Academy pilots are the first off the line. I apologize for the mirror match, guys. We usually try to avoid this on the featured games, but a featured player had to drop out due to an emergency, so we took the first volunteer. Royal Guards are going to boost up and start to gather near the top of the screen. You know what would be really funny is if I switch the nameplates for Royal Guards 2 and 3, and I'm pretty sure I did, so I'm going to switch them back. Right now, it's irrelevant, but I think I already switched them, so I'm going to make sure that everything's right now from here going out. By the way, thank you very much for tuning in. We got 19 viewers on right now. That's pretty awesome. Everyone make sure that you check out the ticker down at the bottom of the screen so you can vote for the list I'm going to play in our bonus match after this match is completed. I have an Empire list with ATC Darth Vader and an Emperor Shuttle and Suntir Fel. I also have we call it Thug Life. That's for I'm going to interrupt myself because dice are going down. It's Turfineer against Academy Pilot number 1. Looks like it's going to be 2 hits. And focus for 2 evades. Tur with Lone Wolf definitely sounds interesting. Tur will then take a barrel roll using his card ability to try to avoid arc of that TIE fighter. Marty Marr, push the limit works fine with his ability. You just have to push the limit after his second action that he receives from attacking a player. Royal Guard Pilot 1 measuring his attacks. Looks like he's going to shoot at the same academy, I think. Trying to decide if it's obstructed. I think it is. Oh, they're going to go Royal Guard to Royal Guard number 2. Looks like 2 hits. And 2 evades again. And Royal Guard returning fire. Easily evaded with range 3 through an asteroid. One hit from Academy Pilot onto Royal Guard number 1. Whoa, that's a lot of dice. How did that happen? One hit again. Marty Mar, push the limit does not specify when the action can take place. It just has to be an action on your action bar. So it can absolutely take place after the free booster barrel roll he receives from performing an attack. Dial's going down for the second turn. I'm liking Dylan's. By the way, we have Dylon and Jim. Dylon on the left, Jim on the right. I'm really liking Dylon's opening formations here. He has two academies, or two sets of two academies, each paired with a Royal Guard. Just an interesting startup. Audio Weasel, does Twitch work on your Roku? Because it's not available on my Roku, and it's kind of upsetting to me. Not sure which model I have. I think it's just a Roku HD. Academies begin to turn in toward the interceptors at the top of the screen. Dirt naps are not recommended for Xboxes. That's what I usually watch on as my Xbox One. But Royal Guard Pilot 1 takes a K-turn. Interesting decision there. Straight across an asteroid. Does not roll a damage. They decided to go with the debris field obstacle, Dylon decided to inflict the debris field obstacle on on Jim's Royal Guard Pilot 1, so he took a stress from a K-turn and a stress from landing on the debris field. I'll look into that. I'll see if the new app is available on mine. I have a pretty old model, but I'll definitely take a look now that you're saying it works. And Turfineer takes a 3 bank. And he will boost to the left. Kind of wrapping around behind the enemy there. Looks like Royal Guard number 3. Be range 3 on Academy 1. Player 2's Royal Guard number 3. 2 hits and 2 evades without issue. Royal Guard range 1. Player 2 Royal Guard number 1 range 1 on Academy 1. One hit and evaded yet again. This might be a long game. Three hits and focus for 3 evades. There's been a lot of that going on. And Royal Guard 1 against Royal Guard 1. Is that as ridiculous as it sounds? I think it is. Focus for 2 hits. And 2 evades. I can't believe so many attacks were just completely canceled. Okay, Academy 1 taking a long range at a Royal Guard up the top. 2 hits. Focus for 2 hits. And looks like focus for 1 evade and a damage on Royal Guard number 3. First damage of the night after several attacks. 2 more hits from Academy number 2, and lots of evades. Academy number 3 attacking Royal Guard number 1. 2 hits. And 2 evades from Royal Guard number 1. Okay, Academy number 4, same target. 1 hit and 2 evades after auto thrusters. All those shots and only 1 damage. L. Mike Fields' death by 1,000 paper cuts would be terrible. I wouldn't want to endure that. But can anybody believe how many dice just rolled and how much damage didn't happen? That was ridiculous. And many dials are being set. We have 10 ships on the table. 6 with player 1 and 4 for player 2. Since the regional tournament, someone's put a very nice fan back here in the office. Wonder where that was Saturday 2 weeks ago. By the way, we have 23 viewers signed in right now. Be sure to vote on the list you'd like me to play in our bonus match that will immediately follow this one. I'm going to have an HCC Vader and Emperor Shuttle list with some proxy cards there that are going to come out with the Imperial Raider. You could pick a Wedge and Key and Farlander list, or or the Thug Life list, which is 4 Syndicate Thugs with Ion Cannon Turret, BTLA-4, and R4 Agromech. Pilot 1, Player 1, Academy 1 takes it 2 straight. Academy 2 is going to take a 1 hard to his right to avoid that asteroid. Academy 3 is going to take a 2 hard to his left. You guys think maybe he's just determined to confuse me? Academy number 4 reveals a 2-turn, but would not be able to clear Royal Guard 1, so he just turned slightly and bumped. Royal Guard Pilot 2 is going to take a 1-turn. And we'll focus. Royal Guard 3. Looks like a 3 bank, which will put him right on top of Academy number 1. Royal Guard number 1. Looked like a 3-turn, which will, or a 2-turn, excuse me, which will clear 1 of 2 stress. Big old gem up here. Player 1's Royal Guard 2 turns into the back of Player 2's Royal Guard 1. Royal Guard 1 takes a 2-turn and clears Academy Pilot number 3. And Turfineer, last but not least. I think it's a 3-turn right into Royal Guard number 1, who has focused evaded. Turfineer, it's making a range 1 attack against Academy number 3. 2 hits. 1 evade. Academy number 3 takes a damage. Measuring to see if Turfineer is able to boost out of arc there. I'd say that's a fit as long as it didn't land on that debris field. Oh, I think he did land on the debris field, which makes that boost illegal. Yeah, look. That is a negative. He is not on top of that debris field. He actually cleared it. Player 2, Royal Guard 2, attacking player 1, Royal Guard 2. Way out of range 3. 1 hit. And easily evaded. Royal Guard 3, same target. Range 2. Range 1, actually. Excuse me. 2 hits. Pingy Dingy, that was not illegal boosting. I thought it was, but they both agreed it's not on the asteroid. 4 hits, Royal Guard 3 to Royal Guard 1. And 2 evades. Royal Guard 3 is out. What did I say? Royal Guard 3 was a target there. Academy 4 on Turfineer. Looks like a whiff. Two hits, Academy 3 on Turfineer. I mean, or Academy 4. We got a crit on Tur. It's going to be a blinded pilot. Next time Tur fires, he doesn't get to roll any dice. And dials are up. Audio Weasel, I chuckled silently to myself for a short moment. Fast and Turious, indeed. Vader's Turbus. That's pretty bad also, L. Mike Fields. And yet again, I laughed. What does that say about me? Academy number 2 takes a 1 turn. And a focus token. Academy number 4 takes a 1 turn. And a barrel roll. Either trying to block Turfineer's 2 turn there or make sure he is in arc for an attack next turn. Academy number 3 reveals. He will take a 1 turn, which I believe, yep, they've decided that will cause him to bump. Academy number 1 takes a 3K. Royal Guard number 2 takes a 3 bank. Trying to close some of that space and get back in the fight. Royal Guard 2 will boost straight ahead. Royal Guard 1 is going to take a 2 straight. It's going to put him right in front of that Academy pilot, so we'll see if he chooses to stay there or to GTFO. He will focus up, hoping to throw some damage out on that Academy. Dylon's Royal Guard follows suit, and I believe he bumps. Dylon's first Royal Guard number 1 takes a 2-turn, and then a boost for a range 1 shot on player 2's Royal Guard. Turfineer takes a hard turn around, puts him right at range 1 of Academy number 4. Come on, Jim. I know you want to boost out of there. Unless he bumped. Doesn't look like he bumped. You know you want to boost out of there. Don't hang out. Oh, I think he's planning to shoot Academy Pilot number 2 and then boost away from Academy Pilot number 4. So he will focus. Really hoping that he does in fact have a shot here. No. Oh, you know what happened? He took his shot with blinded pilot and then triggered his card ability, which allowed him to boost away. Academy 2 is still going to get a shot on him, but it looks like it's range 2 obstructed with a focus token. Royal Guard 2 on Academy number 3. Two hits. No evades. 2 damage on Academy number 3. Including a crit. And Academy 3's out. I think that was Royal Guard on Academy number 1. Focus for 3 hits. And evaded 1 damage, I believe. I'm going to check that. What happened? Okay. Confusion on the order of rolling there, but 2 hits went through on Academy 1. My confusion. I missed a moment there and wasn't sure what had happened. Okay, 4 hits. On Academy number 2. I mean on Royal Guard number 1, and he is out. That one. And I just want to make sure. Okay, so I just double checked with the players and updated the score here. Everything is now up to game. I'm sorry, it's doing my best to keep up. I'm occasionally failing because I go to update something and then something else happens. But I'm doing my best, and it's going to be fun. It's always going to be fun. I love having fun. 37 minutes have elapsed here. One ship dead on both sides. Actually, two ships on the on Jim's side. I'm really doing my best to keep this game straight for you viewers. I know it's a little confusing. I wouldn't normally have a mirror match as a featured game, but we had a last minute change. So we accepted the first volunteer, and this is the list who was playing tonight in the league. Academy number 2 is going to take a 1 hard. Academy 4 is going to take a 1 hard. Trying to get some table coverage there against Turfineer. Academy 4 will attempt to barrel roll into that, or toward that asteroid. You know, I didn't have to move Academy 4's nameplate. Just kind of hovering around it there. Pretty great. Pretty exciting. Academy 1 will take a 2 straight into Royal Guard Pilot 2. Clearing stress from K-turn last round. Marty Marr is a face-down damage on player 2 Royal Guard. Actually, I'm going to double check that. Thank you for asking. Oh my god, I just really destroyed Naples. There we go. Audio Weasel shooting through a nameplate should add an evade die, but it does not, unfortunately. 3K from Royal Guard number 2. I'm glad you had me check out that player 2, that card on player 2 Royal Guard, because that is a critical damage, meaning player 2's only remaining Royal Guard is at 1 hull remaining. Turfineer takes a 3 hard and then boosts around. Looks like he's still in the arcs of 2 TIE fighters. One might be range 1. Marty Marr, that is a direct hit that you see. I know the glare is kind of intense near the top of the screen. And Academy 4 pops. Like a balloon. Royal Guard 1 onto Royal Guard 2, I think. Focus for 4 hits. Focus for 3 evades. And Royal Guard 2 is out. Three hits from Academy 1 to Turfineer. And that's game. So, that happened pretty... I feel like a lot of things just happened there, like, pretty fast, right near the end. But, yeah, I'm going to go grab Jim. Give them a second to... I'll give them a second to clean some stuff up, and then I'll go grab the... I'll grab Jim first, and then Dylon. But what do you guys think of that game? You have any questions for the players? Feel free to throw them up in the chat. Also, remember to vote. Read this ticker, scrolling ticker down here at the bottom, and vote for the match you'd like to see me play in like 20 minutes, probably after I interview, and then I'll take like a 10 minutes or so to get my stuff out, and we'll have a guest commentator in here. It'll be either Chad or the spammer. And then be sure to visit our, up here, all of our social media. You'll see our Twitch feed right there, our YouTube channel right here, or you could probably find it faster if you just go to YouTube and search North Atlanta Game Company, and subscribe there. There you'll see every episode of the show thus far. Actually, the first several are on the FCB Games Facebook page. And then we changed it to North Atlanta Game Company in March, I believe. But yeah, you'll see all the current episodes and all of every round from our regional tournament last weekend and our interview with Doug Kenny. Yeah, that's all up here. There's our website. And be sure to vote. Cast your vote in the chat. I'm going to go grab Jim, and we'll have a chat with him. Hey, Jim, you want to come talk to the internet? Here, have a seat. I asked him, and he said, not really. But, okay, so you were going to face a B-Wing list, and we had a last-minute change. Right. This game was really hard for me to keep track of what was what because there was so much, and it was all the same. There were 5 Royal Guard pilots on the table.
Yes, there were 5 Royal Guards and Tur, and then 4
Academy pilots. Okay, so what were you? It's TIE Swarm with a couple of interceptors. What are you thinking at the start of the match over there?
My initial thought was to keep as much of my stuff away from. The idea was to keep as much of my stuff away from both his swarms, come in from an angle. Obviously, what you saw was somebody who has not flown a lot of interceptors learning how to do that. So it was a good learning experience. After the initial kind of miscalculations on my approach.
Dylon, he's a big Empire guy, and he's one of the big players at our shop. He's never been on the show before, but he's here almost every week. Interestingly enough, but yeah. So it's did you did his he had an interesting kind of formation there with two separate clusters of three ships. Did that change your strategy at all? Like you all kind of started up at the top, so I'm just curious.
So my thought was when I saw what he was doing with the blockers and then the ones behind, I assumed he was going to be using the ties as blockers. And so, when you see his list, you think, hey, do I take out a TIE fighters first and try and get the blockers out of the way, or do I go for the Royal Guard pilots? And I think that's where I made the first tactical choices. I didn't make a good decision there and just stick with it. So I was kind of shooting Royal Guards and I was shooting the ties. And, you really have to pick one or the other and stick with it, focus your fire. And I split fire up. And that's, I think, if you read the, X-Wing strategy, that's mistake number 3 on the list. So,
yeah, right after, I don't know, flying off the table, which another player has infamously done before. He doesn't like me to name him, but he's Chad. He flew a decimator off the table on the show. There's a okay. There was another question here, and now it's hyperspaced itself away. Wow. Oh yeah, they were commenting on your you had an interesting interceptor list. You didn't have push the limit, and a lot of people were talking about. So like, what were you thinking when you built your list? Is that the viewers were curious about that?
So everybody I see fly interceptors uses PTL, and it's just kind of old and boring. So I just want to do something that nobody else was doing.
I saw you. They all had auto thrusters, which would definitely help you a couple times.
Yeah, the auto thrusters made it a 2-minute longer game than it was, which is awesome. But if you again, as I get a little bit more experience, I think the auto thrusters will be good because I can stay at range 3 and use that defense a little bit better. I think that game really came down to I made a mistake at the beginning, and it was hard to recover from that.
You say you made a mistake, but it's like remember the first turn of fire, there were probably 20 red dice that rolled, and only 1 damage went through, and it was a damage against your ship. But even so, it was just like that many attacks and that many evades is like unprecedented. Like, how were you? What were you thinking there?
I was thinking I was really lucky.
but it was against him too. So
yeah, I mean that's the way the list is designed, is to stay out there at range 3, take your angles, and use the auto thrusters to get the automatic evades and stay alive. And then again, the key to that is you have to focus fire in that first round and take something out. And I scattered my fire. 2 of my ships were dancing with asteroids. I didn't do a very good job with my lanes on setup. Again, it's an experience thing. Still fairly new at this. It was good to learn. You can't hear it on the stream, but he was giving me some tips on how to fly Empire. So,
yeah, Dylan's a cool guy. He'll absolutely help you out. I don't want to make fun of Nick, but he's 0 for 5, I think, on the show. Dylan just walked in. Here, I'll get out. And you guys can share the chairs, and I'll just talk from out of frame. Oh, Dylan asked what's happening. I'm interviewing you for my viewers. Okay, so you got a couple of interceptors and then like a TIE mini swarm. What do you see? What are you thinking when you see like something similar on the other side? He had 3 Royal Guard pilots and you had 2. Like what's the plan behind your setup and stuff at the start?
I was really worried that he would be able to flank me earlier, especially considering the way he set out diagonally from me. I tried to bum rush the one that was out by himself, which sort of worked, and then had to cut through the asteroids. I got lucky with the asteroid placement. I was able to kind of keep relative formation and not slam. The game I played to warm up I didn't even know I was going to play it, but I had a little bit of trouble with the with getting jammed up, especially when you're flying a list with that many ships. It's really easy to bump.
There were a lot of bumping, and I'm gonna be honest, it was hard for me to keep track because there were so many TIE fighters and all Royal Guards. There were four academies and 5 Royal Guards. So it's like keeping which one is straight, and you saw me just poke my head out repeatedly. Yeah, I like your opening formation thing. You got kind of 2 clusters. You do that a lot?
Yeah, that's the idea. That was the first time I put them that close together. Normally I actually spread them apart. The idea being they'll chase after one group. You cut them off, like whoever's set up. I'm giving away my secret strategy. You cut away with the one group that they're going towards, and then flank with the other, and then The trick is knowing when to turn in and get all those shots going. Like
Complete with hand signal.
yes. That's kind of, I noticed, a big key of this game, regardless of what you're flying, is you want on that first round of fire, you want all of your ships firing. And ideally at the same cluster of ships or same individual ship.
He was just talking about focus firing. I want to bring something up that I asked him about. That first round of fire, there had to be 20 red dice that rolled, and only 1 damage happened. Was that frustrating, or what were you thinking at that moment?
I kind of expected that with the auto thruster, especially so many ships at range 3. I was just lucky that I didn't take more damage because I didn't have the auto thrusters. I've always flown the PTL interceptor since like I first started playing. And I've noticed, even with all the turreted ships and everything, the focus and evade token stacked together, if you're only taking 1 or 2 shots, most of the time you can make it through. I don't even have auto thrusters yet, but it's an interesting card, and I was kind of, and it did come into play early. But the thing is about that is we got so close towards the end there that it didn't really come into play later.
We got any viewer questions, or what about you? Closing thoughts, questions for Dylan? Anything else you want to say to the internet?
No, it was fun. I learned a lot, and Dylan was a great opponent. He gave me a lot of tips on how to fly, and I appreciate that. So it's all part of a learning experience. The folks here at FCB are great. If you're looking for a place to play, come up here and play because the community's great, very welcoming.
I agree. Any closing thoughts from you, Dylan?
Fly casual.
I say that at the end of every show. He doesn't even watch the show. He doesn't know these things. He's just taking my thunder.
Especially if you're flying with me, because I'm clumsy. I was bumping stuff all over the place.
Just glad to see more interceptors out there. The interceptor was kind of a dying ship for a while with all the fat Hans and junk. So
and now Soontir can take on Han Solo. That's a thing.
We'll see.
I don't know. Thanks for coming on the show, gentlemen. I will. Give me about 10 minutes. I'm gonna throw up the shop cam. I'm gonna find an opponent. I will, however, let you know which one my poll. I had them voting on what list I'm gonna play in like bonus match. I kind of already know what's gonna win, but I'm gonna look anyway. The Emperor list as a resounding victory with 53.3%. It's proxying a couple of cards from the Imperial Raider. I have auto thruster Soontir, I think it's 35 points stealth device. Darth Vader with advanced targeting computer, engine upgrade, and calculation, I think is what I decided on. And then I have it written down. I can't. And then a shuttle with the Emperor. Have you seen the Emperor card?
Yes, I have.
It's pretty awesome. And I was like, basically the idea is Soontir does Soontir things. Darth Vader gets 3 crits every turn. Like every shot he rolls 3 crits. And then the shuttle just kind of hangs out in the back and hopes nobody shoots at it. So that's going to be my that's the plan for the list that I'm about to run. Thank you for voting. And I'll they're going to go home and go to bed, and I'm going to go find an opponent.
Play Elite Dangerous, kids.